Hi, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I am Obaa Yaa, and on my channel I talk about natural hair, a bit of fashion, and a little bit of lifestyle content. So if that's what you're interested in, then stick around. So for today's video, I want to talk about why you shouldn't go natural. Yes, we are still on this natural hair thing, and I think someone out there is contemplating whether they should go natural or not. Maybe this video is for you. So if you're interested in knowing what exactly I'm going to talk about, then stick around. So now, without any further ado, let's dive right into this video. These reasons are not listed in any particular order, but they are all equally important, I believe. So the first reason being, natural hair is very diverse and it comes in different shapes and forms, and there are different kinds of curl patterns out there. Even though I myself, I do not really put my hair in a certain hair typing system because I feel like it just brings a whole lot of division, and I've never really put myself in that box. So for myself, I don't really use that typical hair typing system like 4, 3, etc. And this is one of the reasons why someone shouldn't go natural, because you might expect to have a certain type of curl pattern, and then once you go natural, you will be disappointed because you didn't get the curl pattern that you thought was prettier. And the more desired curl pattern, or the one that the media promotes and everyone is like gushing over, are the curl patterns that are more loose. Yes, the ones that are considered in the 3s, those curl patterns are more desirable because the ringlets are bigger and they're considered beautiful, compared to those who are classified to have like 4C hair. Yes, those curls are not really desired, or are not really promoted, I should say, and are not really pushed. And the funny thing is that the majority of Black women actually have that kind of hair, the tighter curls. I mean, there are a lot of Black women out there who have the loose curls, even some with straight, naturally straight hair, even naturally straight and blonde hair. Yeah, but the vast majority of Black women do have, I believe, the tighter curl pattern, and that is the one that people do shy away from. Okay, so if you actually are going natural just because you think you're going to have a certain type of curl pattern, then you might be disappointed. You might just find yourself in a place where you don't want to be, and because you went in without having an open mind. And that's why I believe that before you actually make that decision, you have to know that you're going to accept whatever is going to come out of your hair, whether it is the big curl pattern or whether it's the tightest of the tightest. They are all equally beautiful. They are all equally beautiful. Okay, you have to have a certain amount of patience if you want to be able to deal with your natural hair. Yes, I'm just going to say it as it is. Having to deal with your natural hair is not it's not a joke. It's not a joke. There is no playing, there is no sugarcoating it. And maybe someone will be like, yeah, why are you talking about the natural hair like that? But from my experience, and I've been natural for 13 years now, almost 13 years. In May, I'll be 13 years natural. I've had the highs and the lows and everything in between. Okay, so if I tell you that you need to be patient in order to deal with your hair, or in order to handle your hair, in order to take care of your hair, for you to see the results that you're expecting, best believe that you need patience. You need to be patient, because there are days where you don't feel like doing your hair, and if you are tired and you're ripping through your hair, you're going to break your hair and you're not going to get the results that you need, because your hair is not going to flourish, your hair is not going to grow. Okay, so you need to be patient, and if you know in your heart of hearts that you don't have patience, please leave it. Just keep relaxing your hair or do something else, but don't even try to go natural, because you find yourself in a devastating place where you'll be fighting with your hair constantly, because there are days where your hair would not want to work with you. Yeah, for whatever reason, because the hair has a mind of its own. You have to work together, and if you're not patient, then you're gonna be fighting. You and her, you're gonna be fighting constantly. So let me tell you right now, it's either you're going to learn to be patient, but if you don't want to be patient, then just leave it. Okay, just leave it. Handling a natural hair takes time. With straight hair or with looser hair, let me say, with relaxed hair, it's easier to handle your hair because it's loose, it's straight, so you can do your hair quickly. But with having natural hair, because of the kinks and the curls, it takes much more time, because you have to part your hair, you have to detangle your hair, you have to wash your hair, you have to do all of that, and it takes much more time than it would if you were relaxed. I believe for those of you who wear wigs, if from experience, you'd know that if you wanted to style your straight wigs, it's faster to style the straight wigs than if you wanted to style the curly hair, like if you had to brush through it or something like that. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it takes longer to style curly hair. If you had to like make the curls pop and all of that, it takes longer. If you're wearing straight hair, it's just to brush it out. Maybe you pass your flat iron a couple of times and then you're done and you're out and about and off you go. But if you have to deal with curly hair, it just takes much more time. Okay, you just have to know that if you want to do your hair, you have a wash day. It's literally a wash day. At least for me, it is a wash day. Like, I have to sacrifice or dedicate my weekends to doing my hair, and that takes time. So if you are that person who is not ready to sacrifice that time, if you're that person who is not ready to put in that effort, extra effort, then just leave it, because you might find yourself again in a place where you regret making that decision, and then you are putting yourself down, and because you're not putting in everything, and it's just this cycle of like you're blaming yourself and then you're not getting results because you're not putting in your time and effort. So in order to save yourself the heartbreak and the heartache, just think about it before you make that decision, okay? So for most of us, or for a lot of us who went natural, we grew up not knowing what our hair looked like, not knowing what our textures would be. So once we did the big chop, or once we transitioned, that is when we got to know our natural hair. So that's the first time we encountered our natural hair, and we had to learn. And the learning doesn't stop. It doesn't stop after you've transitioned, after you've big chopped, or after you've become natural. It doesn't stop. You constantly learn something new about your hair. And if you really want to see your hair thrive, you have to be ready to learn, to keep learning, to understand why your hair reacts to certain products and why it doesn't. Why does your hair dry out quicker in certain months, and why doesn't it? Why does your hair react to this water a certain way and it doesn't with others? Why does your hair break in a certain period of time? What are you doing wrong? You have to just learn about your hair if you really want to see it thrive, if you want to see it grow. But if you are not ready to learn, because you said in your heart that you don't want to learn, then leave it, because learning is not for everybody. Even some people go to school, they don't want to learn. So how much more hair? They don't want to dedicate time to learn. It's not by force. Learning is not by force. Like, just stay where you are. Don't learn. It's okay. It's okay. Nobody's going to bash you. Me, I'm not bashing you. Don't. I'm not. I don't blame you. I mean, there's a lot of information you have to store here, and if natural hair is not one of those things, or hair isn't one of those things that is part of the things you want to store up here, then I understand. Then there's no need for you to worry yourself and even go natural, because you're going to fight with your hair if you don't dedicate that time to learn about your hair. If you don't take that time, you would definitely not see the results that you're expecting, because you'll be wondering. For some people, they ask me, what am I supposed to do? How did you grow your hair so fast? Or what did you do? And then when I go about explaining the things that I do, they're like, I don't have time, or I cannot do this, or I can't. And I'm like, yeah, well, but this is what you need to do to get what I have. And if you're not ready to learn, then just leave it. Then don't expect much. So basically that's it. If you are not ready to learn, then just leave it. There's no point at all. Just leave it, okay? Just leave it. Don't go natural because you feel pressured. I know I am natural and I promote natural hair, but that doesn't mean I'm going to bash you if you decided to stay relaxed. I'm not going to bash you because you decided to stay relaxed. I was once relaxed. It wasn't by choice, but I still was. And I have the choice to decide whether I want to relax my hair. And I know for a fact that I would never make that decision. Not because it's not good for my hair. It's because I know that the chemicals are not good for my body. It's not good for my health. That's why I'm not going to relax my hair. But if somebody chooses to do that, it's okay. It's fine. And if you feel comfortable being relaxed and you are not ready to jump on the bandwagon of being natural, or you're not ready to make that transition into being natural, it is fine. You don't have to feel pressured. You don't have to feel like you have to do it because everybody is doing it, or because people are saying that you should do it. But if you feel in your heart that that is actually good for you, if you've learned about what relaxers can do to you, or you've learned actually the reason why you've been hesitant, because for some people it's not just about the fact that the relaxer is bad, it's also because of accepting oneself, ourselves as Black women, for the fact that this is how God created us, with curly hair, with kinky hair, and it's beautiful. Society has, made it that natural hair, or Black women in general, our features are not deemed beautiful, and we have to put ourselves in the spotlight and accept ourselves for who we are and what we are. And one of these things is embracing our natural hair. It's just getting to the point of us accepting ourselves fully. And I mean, that is one of the reasons why I went natural, because of, firstly, the damages the relaxers do, and secondly, for embracing myself for who I am. I mean, God created me like this, with my hair this way. Why do I want to change it? Okay? So, and he doesn't make any mistakes. No, he doesn't. So, but I'm just saying all of this to say that at the end of the day, everybody makes their decision for themselves. Don't let anybody make any decision for you. Make that choice when you're ready, and when you're ready, go for it. And if you're not ready, don't. And don't let anybody sit on your back and make that decision for you, okay? So with that being said, I hope you liked this video. And if you didn't, oh well, I cannot change it. I cannot change it. I cannot help it. It is what it is. But for everybody else who liked it, give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye. Keep the